Here we go. So I'm looking at a company, and I really like them a lot. Have you ever heard of a company called the Royal Neighbors of America? Okay. Well, the good news is they're going to cover you, it looks like, from what they're telling me, from day one. Now, I don't get to call all the shots over here because I'm not the head honcho, not yet at least, right? But it looks like they would cover you here from day one based off what they're telling me. And basically, all I've got to do is just figure out which plan is going to be the right one for you and your family, okay? Now, I just need you to keep it real with me and let me know which one's going to be the best fit for you guys, because in the event that we get you approved, you don't have to wait 2 years. So God forbid something happens to you, you don't have to worry about that waiting period and worry about that not paying out the full amount to your family. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm going to get this pulled up for us. And then if you want to go up or down in coverage, you just let me know what's what, okay? Alrighty. Give me one moment while I pull this up here for us. And so you said you just wanted to cover a burial and everything. You just wanted to leave this behind to family, is that right? Okay. Awesome. And so who would this be left to if something were to happen to you? Your son? He would be the primary beneficiary? Okay. And so if something were to happen, she would be the one that would be kind of like taking care of everything? Is that right? Okay. So just to make sure I understand correctly, so if this insurance is basically just to make sure her finances are not affected if something were to happen to you, is that right? Okay. And for burial. Okay. That makes sense. Well, I've got this pulled up here for us. Do you have like a pen and paper around by any chance? Yeah, take your time, hon. Let me know when you're ready. Okay. So the company's name is the Royal Neighbors of America. Now that's not a super common name, so I always tell everybody, just imagine your neighbor down the road that thinks they're too good for everybody. That's the same name as your insurance company. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So here we go. They came back with 3 different offers for you. They came back with one for $35,000, $25,000, and $15,000. Let me know when you got it. You got it all down? Okay. So the good thing about this plan, like I said, there's no waiting period on that for you. So God forbid if you were to pass away the day after you make your first payment, your family's still going to get the full check instead of, just getting a refund like on that current plan. Does that all make sense for me? Okay. So those plans never change. They never expire. They never go up or down. Did you have any questions on me for that so far? Yeah, so the $35,000, it looks like that only came in at about $113.20 a month. The $25,000 only came back at about $82.10. And the $15,000 looks like it only came back at about $51 even. Let me know when you got it. Okay. Now the biggest thing to think about here is just which one's going to be the best fit for you and your family. But out of these 3 options, which one do you think would make the most sense for you? Uh-huh. Okay, and so that would be, instead of having the 2-year wait, you would rather have the $15,000 that starts immediately for the 51 even. Is that right? Okay, perfect. Give me 1 second while I get logged in, because we would have to apply to see if you could get approved. In the event that you did get approved, would you want this to start today, or how would you want to do that? That's totally fine. Most of my clients are on a fixed income, and they usually get paid on like the first or the third. Which one is it for you? Okay. Yeah, most of my clients have been setting up theirs up for the third just to avoid any, anything getting weird or nothing. So would you want to just set it up for then, 3rd of February? Okay. Yeah, and we would have to have you approved first. So I don't even know if we'd be able to do that. But if we have to submit the full application and go through, just kind of like you did with Gerber, but the only difference is with Gerber they give you a yes because they tell everybody yes. That's why they have the waiting period. With this one, we have to do everything and then go through and they'll tell us yes or no, if that makes sense. Yeah, how did you want to do that? Did you just want to go ahead and knock it out now? Yeah, of course. Of course. Totally. Is there anything? My name is Julian. Do you want to take down my direct line? Can you read it back to me to make sure I gave it to you right? Sometimes it sounds weird over the phone. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Exactly. And that no extension. I gave you the down low. That's the number that my mama calls me on. JULIAN. Yep. And then, is there anything about this plan that you think your daughter wouldn't like? Is she like a state worker, or does she work for like one of those big companies? Oh, for Walmart. Did she tell you how the Walmart life insurance plan works with like after the retirement and everything? Okay. And just let her know, because not everybody knows this, because most of the time whenever you're going to the work meeting, they don't usually go too deep on the life insurance. They just say you got life insurance. You know what I mean? Take it or leave it. But whenever you get life insurance through one of these big companies like Walmart or whoever else, whenever you retire, that insurance doesn't follow you. It's called term life insurance, okay? So whenever you're going over this with her, I'll just make sure that she has that on her mind, especially with the fact that you currently have that 2-year wait with Gerber, because I think with this plan we could probably I think your payment will be lower if we get you approved. The only thing that would hold us up here is whether or not they would approve you with that past health condition and everything, okay? And then the only other thing is that sometimes my clients, when they're on a fixed income, sometimes they get paid either to like a bank account or a Green Direct Express card. Do you know which one it is for you? Through a bank account. Okay, I was gonna say, because if we had a Direct Express card, that's super common nowadays. That'll disqualify you too, because insurance companies don't take cards. So we've got that box checked for you. The only thing we'd have to figure out is your health questions, but I can go over everything with you and your daughter. That way there's no confusion. Do you think that would be helpful? Good. Do you know when she'll be back around? That way I can kind of make sure I'm available for you guys. Oh, so she's working her butt off, making it happen, huh? Good for her. Uh-huh. Oh, of course not. When you're a manager, there's no telling when you're going to be off, especially at a big old store like Walmart. I mean, they got so many people working for them, and she probably never sleeps. Yeah, sure. Do you know if she works on Saturdays? I might be able to swing something for you guys tomorrow if that'd be helpful. Ooh, sheesh. Oh my gosh. So she's getting after it. Okay. Well, why don't... Uh-huh. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, and I'll if I don't hear back from you by tomorrow, because my schedule's usually pretty packed, I'll just touch base with you to see if we can't get something on the calendar once you guys have kind of gone over things to go over everything with you. Okay. Alrighty. Did you have any final questions for me before we jump off here, Miss? Of course. We'll talk soon. All right. All right. Bye now.